Formal letter, an introduction. In this module, you will learn how to write a formal letter. Formal letter, an introduction. A formal letter is an effective means of written communication between individuals, officials, or organizations. Purpose of a formal letter. A formal letter is written for various purposes to an editor of a newspaper, magazine, or journal, a principal or other professional, a doctor for an appointment, a business person for inquiry, and a concerned authority to lodge a complaint, apologize, place an order, and seek or give information. Tone and language of a formal letter. Always write a formal letter in a tone that is polite, inoffensive, and more formal than the everyday language. This is applicable even for letters of complaint. A polite tone does not mean that the sender uses terms like begging the favor of and esteemed, as they denote servility. Use terms like kindly, please, request, but do not go overboard in their use. Avoid using clichés. Be accurate, brief, and precise. Use short, uncomplicated sentence structures to avoid ambiguity and confusion. Format of a formal letter. Sender's address. Date. Receiver's designation and address. Subject. Salutation. Body. Complimentary clause. Signature. Enclosures. Use the block format that has no indentation and is left aligned. Leave a line between various elements and also between paragraphs. Do not mix up the traditional and the new block formats. Sender's address. Write this on the top left-hand corner of the sheet. This is the address on which the addressee would reply. The sender's name is never mentioned here. Do not use any punctuation marks in the address. Date. Write the date below the sender's address after leaving a line. Adhere to the date, month, year pattern. That is, write the date without superscripting it with ST, ND, RD or TH. Next, write the name of the month in full followed by the year. You can write the year as 2014 or '14. Do not use any punctuation marks except for the apostrophe in the year if you choose to write it as '14. Receiver's designation and address. Leave a line after the date and left align it as in a block pattern. Start with the receiver's name and official designation. Write his or her name first, followed by his or her designation. For example, Mr. S.K. Kumar, the Managing Director. If you do not know the name of the receiver, write only the designation. For example, the principal, the manager. Write the official address right below the designation without leaving a line. Do not use any punctuation mark in the address. Subject. The subject states the precise objective for writing the letter. The receiver forwards the letter to the concerned department on the basis of the subject. Write the subject after leaving a line below the receiver's address and above the salutation. Keep the subject short and crisp, not more than 6 to 8 words. The subject must be very specific in stating the purpose of writing. For example, subject, request for leave. Subject, complaint regarding inflated telephone bill. Subject, order for sports equipment. You can also substitute subject with reference. Salutation of a formal letter. Depending on who the letter is being addressed to, use the correct salutation. For example, Dear Sir, or Dear Madam, or Dear Ma'am, Sir or Madam. Do not use any punctuation mark in the salutation. Refrain from using words like respected and honorable. Body of a formal letter. This forms the core of the letter. Divide the body into 3 short, crisp paragraphs. Leave a line between the 3 paragraphs and do not indent the paragraphs in this format. The first paragraph states the purpose of writing the letter. State the purpose in a polite and direct language. You may need to make a reference to a previous letter, article, or report in a newspaper or an advertisement. In the second paragraph, mention the specific details of the subject of the letter, the nature of the problem, details of the request, and the like. In this, provide more background information on the subject of the letter. In the third paragraph, sum up the letter with a polite request for action, suggestion, or appeal. This paragraph mentions what you want the receiver to do. Complimentary clause. This is a short, polite closing that concludes the letter. Write it below the third paragraph after leaving 2 lines. Write it as yours truly. You can also reverse the 2 words and write sincerely yours or truly yours. Remember that there is no apostrophe in yours and the second word is not capitalized. Do not put a comma after the second word. Signature. Sign the letter below the complimentary clause and above the full name in all caps within brackets. Enclosures. If you are attaching copies of some documents, mention enclosure or enclosures in the bottom left corner of the sheet, 2 lines below your, that is, the sender's name. Mention the documents attached. Practice questions. Attempt the following in your notebook. Summary. In this module, you have learned how to write a formal letter.